Greetings everybody, I trust that you guys are good. We're now having a look at NASDAQ 100, and previously we had spoken about how price at this point in time is at a very strong level of support. As you can see, as we've had multiple projections at that level, and we can see that price is currently testing that support area once again, right? Another thing that I had spoken about is the fact that we have this candlestick, right, which is carrying liquidity at this point, and I said that it is quite possible that we might potentially see price push down to this level to grab that liquidity, and at that point we might possibly then see a reversal of sorts, right? To add to that, just also bear in mind that we have this candlestick over here. It is also very much similar to this one in the fact that it is also carrying a lot of liquidity at that point, and as much as I'm saying that at this point we might potentially see a reversal of sorts, what may actually happen is that price may close below this area, head back to the neckline to test it, and at this neckline we might see it push further down to this level over here to fill that liquidity zone that we have at this point. And remember that liquidity represents money which needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another, right? So what I'm going to do is just again add a neckline, or rather a support area to that structure. So just bear with me guys while I do so. So we could say that more or less this is our support line, right, or support area, and just bear in mind that we have this, as I said, candles over here, and it has liquidity at the zone. So what I'm going to do actually now is just also mark where that candlestick actually ends. Let's see, we can say over here, right? Price needs to at least reach that level to grab that liquidity, right? I'm not going to worry too much about this particular candlestick because it is still very much far off. However, should price close below this area, then we will take this particular candlestick into consideration. But for now, it is not important. The most important area is this area over here, right? So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the monthly chart of NASDAQ 100? At this point, I don't see much. What I will do now is head down to the weekly chart. And here we are on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we can see that price may potentially also create a W structure at this point, right? With the side being the second leg of the W structure. And remember guys, in the past I said to you that when it comes to W structures, a lot of traders and investors place their buys on the second leg of the W structure, and they also place their stop losses just below that structure as they anticipate that price will continue to move up, right? However, having said that, this entire move over here could be a trap in my humble opinion, and the reason why I say it may be a trap is because of that liquidity candlestick that I spoke about on the monthly chart, which is at this point over here, and I said that the market needs to go down to grab that liquidity. So because of this structure, which seems like a W formation, as I said, a lot of people have bought at this point and they've placed their stop losses just below. So it may happen that when the market opens on Monday, we might see price head up a bit and then push further down, right, to trigger all of those stop losses, and then we may potentially see price revert in a way, right? I hope what I'm saying makes sense and it's not too confusing. Nonetheless, let's keep moving forward. So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the weekly chart? Another thing that is also very much interesting in regards to the weekly chart is that as much as I'm saying that we have this very nice W structure which seems to be forming at this point, just also bear in mind that price has closed below this level over here, right? We have this particular weekly candle closing below this level over here, which tells me that it is also quite possible that the market may continue to push further down, right? And that is also because we have this huge M structure over here. It's actually an overextended M structure where the first leg of that M structure is higher than the second leg, right? And we can see that the neckline at this point has been broken. So what may potentially happen is that price may head back to the neckline to test it, and at that neckline we might see it move further down. And as I've said to you guys, there is scope for price to move further down, because if we go back to the monthly chart, remember we have just bear with me, we have this zone as well, right? So price, because we have an M structure over here, let me just draw that properly. We have an M structure over here, right? And the neckline of that M structure has been broken. Price may close below this area, head back to the area to test it, and at this point it may push further down, in which case we would look for potential selling opportunities at this point, right? I just hope what I'm saying is clear, and it's not a contradiction in any way. So what we're doing at this point in time is we're looking at the possible outcomes that we may see in regards to NASDAQ 100, right? Anyway, let's proceed. So what I'm going to do now from here is head down to the daily chart. Just also bear in mind, guys, just to go back a bit, that as much as we have this W structure, we also have what seems to be an M structure over here, and we can see that price currently has closed below the neckline, right? And I said to you guys that as things stand, a lot of people have bought here because they are anticipating a W structure, and their stop losses are just below that W structure. And I said to you guys that this may be a trap, so just bear all of that in mind, right? Anyway, let's proceed. So here we are now on the daily chart, right? Let's see daily chart. The first thing I'm going to do in regards to the daily chart, as you guys know by now, is to add my equidistant channel. So just bear with me while I do so. Let's see, equidistant channel. There we go, more or less. We just need to ensure that it is pretty much accurate. There we go. And then from here, I'm just gonna zoom in a bit, and let's have a broader view in terms of what's going on the daily chart, right? So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the daily chart? Let's have a look. So during the week, we saw price going up, and it retraced at this level. The reason why price retraced at that level is because we had at this level a neckline, and it's the neckline of this overextended M structure, as you guys can see. I hope you guys can see that, right? Hence we saw price at this point moving down, right? So what I'm gonna do now is just add a neckline to that M structure as well. So just bear with me while I do so, guys. Let's see, neckline. And also remember that necklines are an area and not so much an actual line, right? So we could say that this entire area right here is the neckline of that M structure, right? So what else do we see, guys? What else do we see in regards to the daily chart? In regards to the daily chart, if you guys look closely, we may potentially see an what do you call this pattern again? It's a head and shoulders pattern. It's an inverted head and shoulders pattern, right? However, for this to be confirmed, we need at least one candlestick on this side to close as a bullish candlestick, right? So I'm just showing you what may possibly happen in regards to NASDAQ 100. Other than that inverted head and shoulders pattern, I really don't see much at this point in time. So what I will do now is head down to the H4 chart. And here we are on the H4 chart. I'm just gonna fix my equidistant channel quite a bit, right? And here we are. So what do we see, guys, in regards to the H4 chart? In fact, before we proceed, I just want to make sure that I add my H4 channel as well. Let's see. How would I add my H4 channel? Let's see. Let me just fix this. Right, there we go. Right. Let's see. So, I would add my H4 channel in this manner. Just bear with me, guys. So we had this. Let's see. Just bear with me, guys, while I add my H4 channel. Right, there goes our H4 channel, more or less. Just want to make sure that it is pretty accurate. There we go, right? And we can see, guys, that price actually closed below, or rather broke out of this structure, right? Which was confirmation that we should be looking for selling opportunities, right, over and above the fact that price at this level rejected. Price also gave us an M structure over here, which has a neckline at this point over here, right? So once price closed below the neckline, it was quite evident that we would see it push further down, right? However, from where price is currently, should it head up to this level, we would look for potential selling opportunities at this level, and that is because it is the neckline of that overextended M structure, and the take profit zone should be this level over here, because this would be the completion of, in my humble opinion, this M structure over here, right? As you guys can see, right? I hope what I've drawn makes sense. So what I want to do now is actually add a neckline to that M structure as well, because it is also very much important. There we go. And then I'm just going to utilize the Fibonacci retracement tool. We just want to have a look to see if the neckline of that M structure aligns with any key numbers that we have on the Fibonacci retracement tool. Let's have a look. And there we go, more or less. There we go. And we can see, guys, that the M structure over here that we have, and we can also see that we have that neckline over there, and the neckline aligns between the 50% and the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement levels. So should price from where it is revert to this level, we would look for potential selling opportunities, right? And that is because we have confluence. Number one, we have this M structure, right? Number two, we have that neckline being broken to the bottom side. Number three, we have the channel being broken to the bottom side as well. And should price revert, we would look for potential selling opportunities at that point. And as I said, our take profit should be, our first take profit, that is, should be this point over here, right? And that would be the formation, or rather the completion, as I said, of this M structure, right? I hope you guys can see that. So that is it, guys, in regards to my analysis for NASDAQ 100. I hope that makes sense, and peace out.